Our motion is regarding the formalization of startup culture that encourages people to start their own companies rather than pursue traditional career paths. So I would like to call upon the Prime Minister to deliver his speech. Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can see that nowadays the media is glamorizing the startup culture. How? Every day when we go on the news, we see articles of young people who get success at very young age by drop out of school, start their own companies, and just after 1 year they have a branch of, for example, a coffee shop, and they gain a lot of money from it. That's what the media show us, and that's what they want to promote to us. The value lesson of work hard and you will gain something. But in fact, they only show us a part of it, and that's not the whole story at all. There's a large part of reality that that people cannot see. So in this bit, I want to define some terms. First of all, for this motion, the people and the most common target of this is the inexperienced young people who just get out from university and have no real life experience of how the market functions in real life. And our goal is to reveal to those people, reveal to the people an overall and a true and various aspect pictures of those startup culture, not just the stories of the successful people. And for this startup culture, now in recent years, media is making it into a trend. Like people follow it and do it without really insights into how those startup companies actually work and how they might run it. They just do it because they think they can succeed, like those stories we see on the articles. So I will address this problem by answering 3 questions. The first thing is that what is the media role in glamorizing this startup culture? And secondly, why the nature of this glamorized startup culture is bad? And third, why this startup culture do harm to people that follow this trend? And fourth, even if this trend brings some benefit to the people by teaching them valuable lessons, it is not the exclusive solution, and the harm is just not worth it. Okay, for the first thing is the media role. Yes, like I have proven, what the media want is to first raise their views, and second, have a reputation for giving people inspiration. Like they need a model to rely on and hold their belief on. And that's why media keeps showing the articles of successful people and only show their successful stories, not other part, like how they fail or not even their family background. Like when you see a successful person, no sir, you only see him but not his family background. So if he fails, that's not because he is good and can raise up his economy, no, but maybe because his family is rich and they have money to support him. So that's what the media will show us. But for the normal people, they only see a part of the story and they think, okay, startup trend is really easy, I should do it, and with some hard work I can be like those people. And why this nature is bad? Because it tackles on people's hunger for success without informing them of how these startup companies work in real life. So it's like covering people in fairy tales without showing them the inside of it. Yes, sir.
So after all, they will learn the lesson from going to startup and try hard and then learn a long lesson and gain experience.
Okay, so I will address it in the final points of my speech. Okay, moving on to my case. So what the media is showing is it just raise on people hunger for it. So people will eventually believe in those fairy tales. And why do harm to people? So when they choose that path, which they have no insight of, 90% of these startup companies fail within 5 first years. So for those people, the first thing is that they can be in lots of debt. And for the investor, they also lose a large amount of money. And thirdly, it can can devalue the meaning of studying from many students, especially those with the intention of dropping out of schools. So they may hear the stories of Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, and they may think that, okay, schooling is an obstacle on their path to success, so they should drop out of schools to invest their whole time on these startup companies. So they will perceive schooling and studying as a means of obstacle, not helping them. So it would devalue the meaning of studying. And when they drop out of schools, and without the actual knowledge of the market of the startup company, their failure is inevitable. And that will increase the unemployment rate among those people. And those unemployment force will be a burden on the government. Okay, and to a final point, okay, so even if this trend can bring some benefit to people, it can teach us some lessons, or we can learn some valuable skills from it, but first of all, this solution is not exclusive at all, because we promote young people to pursue traditional career path. So when they just got a degree and get out of university, they can take their time to do some training at those companies, and indeed they can learn valuable lessons, and they can still get promoted at those companies. Because when such people follow the startup trend, they very much two things. First, they want to get rich like those stories, and second, they want to be a leader. They don't want to work under anybody's control. But that is not sometimes the case. They don't discover their ability to the fullest before making those decisions. So eventually, it's hard for them to learn anything. And we believe the better solution for them is to try out their ability and learning skills by traditional career path at first. And even if they can learn some lessons, some skills, but like we have proven, this solution is not exclusive, because there's also traditional career path for them, and the cost they have to pay is too much for this solution to be justifiable. They can still work at those companies and learn the same skills without ever falling on the unemployment force or without losing their money. And we believe in the long term, this will do much more benefit to the people than the startup culture. And therefore, we regret the glamorization of the startup culture. Thank you.
I would like to thank the Prime Minister for her remarks. Now I would like to call upon the leader opposition team to the stage.